Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCodeSystem. We developed automated systems to help you win big, and we have a lot of tools here that will help you make your picks. Before we get into some Major League Baseball action for July the 21st, I'm going to invite you to join again. You'll have access to the VIP Club section, and you can see all these tabs here. All these tabs here, amongst other things that I will show you throughout this video, will help you make your picks. Okay, so let's look into some Major League Baseball action as we're starting games post All-Star break, and teams are trying to make a push towards the trade deadline and also towards the postseason. Okay, so there's a bunch of games and ready to be played for this day. We're going to look at 4 of the games. The first one, as you scroll down through, is the Boston Red Sox and the Philadelphia Phillies. Boston comes in the hottest team in the league, having won 10 straight, and they're burning hot. The Phillies are ice cold up, coming off a win and 2-4 over the last 6. The Phillies are barely ahead of the Mets in the NL East. That's been a battle all season, while the Red Sox have gotten themselves back into contention in the AL East. If you look at the streak over under streak, you can see the teams are trending in games under the line. The score prediction has Boston by a 7-3 score, but the confidence in the prediction is still rather low at only 53%. If we take a look at the power ranks indicator, not a surprise that Boston is hovering at the top of the league. After their winning streak, they're at 29, and the Phillies are at plus 16. Head-to-head, the two teams have not yet met this season. Last year, Boston won 2 out of 3 at home. Let's take a look at a couple other things here. We're going to take a look at the volatility oscillator, the stability factor. You can see here the Phillies are one of the most consistent teams with regard to their favorite underdog status, coming in at plus 28, while Boston is at plus 5. And they really haven't been that consistent all year round. You can see that plus 5 is the high mark of the season for them. Take a look at a couple other things. The Phillies have one of the top home records in the league at 30-16, while the Red Sox are 21-25 on the road. In the end, I think this is going to be time for the Red Sox to cool off, and the Phillies are going to be the team to do it. So I'm going to go with the Phillies, but I'm going to pass on the over-under bet. Okay, the next one we want to look at is we scroll down through. Lots of great games for this day. San Francisco and Atlanta, we're not looking at that one. Chicago and Tampa Bay. Kansas City and the Chicago Cubs. We're going to take a look at this one. Kansas City comes in average up 4-2 over the last 6, while the Cubs are burning hot, coming off of 2 wins and have won 3 out of the last 4. If you look at the over-under, you can see that the teams are trending on opposite sides of the line. The Cubs more over the line compared to the Royals over the last few days. The score prediction has the Cubs by a 9-1 score, but the confidence in the prediction is very low yet, so not going to really take much consideration with regards to that. The scoring differential edge is huge in favor of the Cubs at plus 119 to minus 28. And on the power ranks indicator, you can see here that Chicago has an edge here as well, and that at plus 26 to plus 20, and both teams on the upward trend. The Royals are a game under 500 on the road, and the Cubs are very solid, one of the best in the league at 30-16 at home. If you take a look at the head-to-head matchup, the two teams did not meet this year, but they won 2 out of 3. The Cubs won 2 out of 3, that is, in Kansas City last year. So I like the Cubs in this one in a game over the line. We got, let's see, Houston and Arizona. That's a pretty decent game. We're not looking at that one. Milwaukee and Seattle. Both teams here are coming in burning hot. Milwaukee winners of the last 6. Seattle won 3 in a row. The over-under, the teams are trending in games over the line, as you see, with a lot of green O's there. And but the score prediction is for a low-scoring game, 5-1 in favor of Milwaukee, but the confidence in the prediction is about 70%. Milwaukee is 23-23 on the road, and Seattle is 4 games over 500 at home. The Brewers, with their hot streak, are only a game behind the Cubs in NL Central now, while the Mariners are 5 games behind the Astros in the AL West. There's a scoring differential edge of almost 50 runs in favor of Milwaukee. If we take a look at the stability factor, we can see that the team that's more consistent with regard to their favorite underdog stats is Milwaukee at plus 22 compared to plus 4 for Seattle. In fact, Seattle has been only at a high of plus 6 all year, and Milwaukee has been mainly on an upward trend, a little up and down back at this point, back in the end of May, beginning of June. So in the end, though, I like the Brewers on the road upset, and I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. So let's go over the line. We got the Minnesota Twins at the Dodgers. This is going to be a good one. The Twins are average status at the moment, 4-2 over the last 6, coming off of a loss. The Dodgers average up, halting a 4-game losing streak with 2 straight wins over the Giants. The over/under, you can see the teams are trending pretty much even over and under. In fact, exactly even, 6 up and 6 over and 6 under the last 12. Score prediction has the Dodgers by a 7-1 count, but again, the confidence in the prediction is just barely higher than the toss of a coin. If you look at the power ranks indicator, the Dodgers up to plus 22. Minnesota dipped from 25 down to 15. Head to head, I don't think the teams met yet this year. Actually, they did meet this year, beginning of April, and it was the Dodgers winning 2 out of 3. And one thing to note here is that these were lower scoring games. Only 20 runs total scored combined in the 2 teams in the 3 games. The scoring differential edge is in favor of the Dodgers by plus 69 to minus 8. And the Dodgers are very good at home. In fact, excellent at home at 33-17. And Minnesota is terrible on the road at 19-29. So I don't really think this is going to be much of a contest in this one. I like the Dodgers to win this one. And I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, just like all the other ones have been lately. So let's go with the Dodgers and under the line. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 4 games for Major League Baseball that we're going to examine for July the 21st. So happy betting and see you next time.